Good afternoon again, grade 7 learners. This is your science teacher, and I'm here to help you complete or answer your written as well as performance task for Module 3, which is entitled Levels of Biological Organization. But before we start, I hope you were able to read the contents of your module. Now, let me bring you to our weekly home learning plan in science. So this is our weekly home learning plan, which contains the written works as well as the performance tasks that you have to complete. What are the written works? First, you have assessment 1, assessment and additional activity. For your performance task, you have what I have learned and activity 2. Please be sure that you are going to complete all of this or answer all of this because this will be recorded. These are your scores to be recorded, not what I know, because what I know is just pre-assessment. I noticed that a lot of you got perfect in what I know or in the pre-test, but you never answered written work as well as performance tasks. Remember, what I know will not be recorded. It is just to test your knowledge about the topic that you haven't yet learned. Please do not do that in these next modules or in this module. Now we go over the written works as well as the performance tasks. The first written work includes assessment number 1. This is our assessment number 1. How are you going to answer this? You are going to choose the term from the words inside the box that will best complete the sentences below. For example, in our number 1, let's do this as an example. The basic unit of structure and function of all living things capable of performing basic life processes is called blank. What is your answer? You choose from here. Is it cell, is it organism, or stomach? Then your answer is cell. So you're going to write cell in your answer sheet. Please be reminded that there is an answer sheet provided for science. So under assessment number 1, you just write your answer. You choose from the box. Number 1 is cell. So number 1 is already answered for you. That is how you're going to answer assessment number 1. How about the next written work? The next written work is assessment. This is our assessment, the post test. This is 15 points. You're just going to write the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet also. So here, number 1, example, which is the correct sequence from smallest to biggest of levels of organization in an organism? What is the correct answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? You have here, you choose. Is it cell, tissue, organ system, or organism? Then you have cell, tissue, organism, organ, or organ system. The best is letter A. So you may write it in your answer sheet. Next one is the additional activity. So your additional activity is on this portion. You have the additional activity. You are again to choose from the box. There is a description and you choose the word that is being described. For example, number 1, the smallest unit that is capable of carrying out all the processes of living things is called blank. What is your answer? Is it community, biosphere, or cell? The correct answer again is cell. So under additional activity, you write for number 1, cell. You continue until number 10. That makes up the written works to be submitted. Now, let's go over the performance task. The first performance task under activity or under module 3 is you have what I have learned. So this part of your module is what I have learned. I hope you found this already. So you please write your name here and your section. Please remove this and then or detach it and then answer here, or you place your answers here and then you attach it to your answer sheet and you submit it on February 4. Now, how are you going to do this? This is a graphic organizer where you're going to cut pictures or you draw pictures if you don't have or if you cannot cut pictures. So first, plants are organisms. So you look at this. This is a plant, right? And it is an organism. Now, an organism is made up of organ systems. So you look at that. There is the plant, and then the organ system there is the reproductive organ of a plant. How about here? Humans and animals are organisms. So these are humans, right? So there is a picture of human. And then humans and animals are made up of organ systems. So you're going to place or cut pictures of organ systems here. What are the organ systems that you know? You have skeletal system, what else? Circulatory system, muscular system, and so on. So you're going to draw or you're going to cut an organ system and paste it here or draw here. And then you have organ systems are made up of organs, of course. For example, you have here the circulatory system. So the organ systems are made up of organs. So what organs can you draw here? Organs of the circulatory system. And then after that, the organs are made up of tissues, right? So you're going to draw the tissues here, tissues of the heart. Also here, organ systems are made up of organs. So the reproductive system of the plant is made up of organs. So you're going to draw here the organs. And then the tissues here. And then after that, you have the last blank. You're going to draw cells because cells is the basic structural unit of all living things, plants and animals. So that is how you're going to complete this graphic organizer. All pictures or drawings, please make your drawings good. So that is what I have learned. How about the next one? You have activity number 2. Performance task number 2 is activity 2 in your module. This is your activity number 2. Again, this is a drawing activity or you're going to cut out pictures or you're going to draw if you don't have pictures. On the first blank here, you are going to describe. So in here, organisms. Okay, organisms are living things and are made up of parts that work together. So you have organ systems, organs, tissues, and cells. These parts need to function properly for organisms to meet their basic needs and survive. So now look at the pictures. There are organisms there. For example, you can draw anything. So as long as it is an organism, right? You have humans and plants. In this example, they have cat and then you have a plant there. Now, organ systems. What are organ systems? You describe here. Organ systems are blank. It is in your module, right? So you describe. And then you draw an organ system. What do you like? Okay, what organ system do you like? Or do you want to draw? Or do you have a picture of an organ system? You can paste it here. Of an animal and then of a plant. Next, these organ systems are composed of organs again, right? Because these are levels of biological uh, organization. Now, organs, what are the organs composing or making up the organ systems? So you're going to draw some organs here or an organ, okay, for an animal and then an organ for the plant. Next, you're going to draw the tissues, smaller than organs. So organs are made up of tissues, right? So what are tissues? You describe. Tissues are blank. And then you draw tissues here, tissues of animals. And then here you draw tissues of plants. And lastly, tissues are made up of cells, right? So cells are, you're going to describe what are cells. You write the description here. And then on this part, you're going to draw an animal cell. And on this part, you're going to draw a plant cell. That is how you're going to complete or do activity number 2. I hope you were a little bit enlightened on how you're going to complete your module. And if you're not able to complete it yet, please do it and enjoy doing or completing your module. Thank you very much and good